Welcome, 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 you guys. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Japanese Showcase Auction presented by Heritage Auctions. A huge thank them sponsoring. A huge thanks to you guys coming out tonight. 174? Pretty sure that's the number tonight. 174 games. There's some promo stuff. There's a Nintendo vacuum.
$240.
There's a lot of stuff. A lot of stuff going up for auction tonight. Dare I say, at 174, perhaps there's too much stuff. Perhaps there's going to be some deals. I have a bunch of proxy bids in myself. I think I threw bids on 10-ish? 10-ish items, I think. I'm not chasing anything super aggressive tonight. But like I said, right, with almost 200 games, there's stuff. There's stuff I'm interested in. There's stuff I want to win. Biohazard for Power VR starts off. Resident Evil on Power VR. I don't even know what a Power VR is. Dare I say. 9.68 plus 275 into the Nintendo vacuum cleaner. This is what I was talking about. Maybe it's not a vacuum, an actual vacuum. It's a remote control vacuum. 1979 Nintendo, I believe, is the year on it.
It's funny how Heritage didn't notice that Mother 1+2 was a GBA game. And they put it in with the Famicom lot because the carts look similar.
Elijah with the $4.99 there. Yes. Honest to God, that is a good shout out.
Fair warning.
Good shout out. It's coming up after the Mario Bros. Cartridge. This is a Game Boy Advance game. It's a Game Boy Advance game, so do not think you're bidding on like Famicom Mother 1-2. Great shout out and thank you, Elijah. Setting the pace strong there. Setting the pace strong with a $4.99. Thank you, dude. The Nintendo Vacuum Cleaner $525 into Super Mario Bros. Discun Game & Watch for $518. What is this game? Jeez, I was gonna talk about it, but the auction's over. $1,600 though. It's early Tecmo. Is it Rygar? Argos no Shenshi.
$600.
I'm guessing it's Rygar based on the shield being thrown. That's a Rygar thing, right? That's his shtick. Argos is in fact Rygar. Yeah, $1,625 on the VGA 90. Whew. I don't know what to expect out of so many of these games still. I know that Rygar is not available. Right? The fact that I don't even know what game it is, I've never seen it before, like... Yeah, that's crazy. 1,625, setting the pace strong there for our first Famicom game. Well, clearly I do know Rygar Undammed. Clearly I do know Rygar. I played Rygar on PS2. That's how I knew the shield was the guy's shtick. I think that's like his main attack in the PS2 version is you toss the shield. $1,625, you're dead, you won't survive the auction. Dude, if that is the if that's the pace being set, if this is a sign of things to come, whoo-hoo. We'll see, man. We'll see.
Fair warning.
Good luck on your bids.
B-Rose! Let's go, dude. Thank you for the $9.99. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. It just fully depends. I'm not chasing any of this like super high grade stuff. You know, the 90 pluses, the 95s. I'm personally not going to try and win any of that stuff. I'm more of an 85 guy today.
Fair warning.
Yeah, that's where I'm going to try and go into anyway. A lot of this Japanese stuff in the 90 plus or the 95, like, it still sells really strong. And I just still don't know enough about how much might be out there. So, you wanted to buy the vacuum, but the price sucked.
$120.
Starting off strong, Joe. Starting off strong. The price sucked on the vacuum. That's quality content right there. Donkey Kong Jr., the 85 plus, $812. That is the later print silver box. Balloon Fight silver box as well, $937.50. Dragon Ball Z, Genkishin Frieza, VGA 85 here. This one is available. I know it's available. Tied for second highest. Yeah, that's crazy. Of just 4. It's funny, right? That's the thing with a lot of this Japanese stuff still. Like, I know this game exists in Japan where you can buy it. And, it's a Pop 4 on the VGA Pop Report, right? It's only VGA Pop 4. You'd think, oh my god, what a rare game. But, like, it's still misleading like that. Pushing its way to $200. I did bid like 140 on it, but I'm positive I have a copy already, Elijah. So no need for me to chase. Not on an 85 anyway. 85 plus I would have chased harder on it, but No need for me to chase an 85 on this. It's slowly but surely pushing its way over $200 here. Slowly but surely. Duck Hunt, everyone's favorite. Everyone's favorite Duck Hunt, sitting at $1,375 on the VGA 95. Are we going to see a new record price on Duck Hunt? We might. Might happen. $200 for the Dragon Ball Z. Dragon Quest IV VGA 85. Yeah, 13 on the VGA pop report for this one as well. First time at Heritage Auctions. This shows up every week or like every week, every 2 weeks, every 3 weeks in Japan. You can get a copy. So again, I put a bid in, right? But I'm not going to chase. I'm not going to chase Dragon Quest IV. Not in V85 condition. Pushing its way to almost $700 though. Woof. Getting some love here. Dragon Quest IV. They look amazing, right? Like I do want to get Dragon Quest 1, 2, 3, 4 eventually, but number 4 in VGA 85. We'll wait. We'll wait. We'll be patient. Patience, patience, patience. Patience, patience, patience. $625 on Dragon Quest IV. Dr. Mario 95. Whoof, one of 9 unopened copies. Highest graded example. Dr. Mario 95. So going for $2,000 here in one more bid. What does a North American sell for? What would a North American Dr. Mario in 90 sell for? The 95 probably doesn't even exist, hey?
Fair warning.
But I swear North American Dr. Mario. I know it's not the rarest game in the world, but like pushing its way to over $2,000 here, Dr. Mario. Jeez, setting a new high mark for the auction. Dr. Mario was going to be the early high mark as we're bidding over $2,000. Dr. Mario's kind of fun. Yeah, for sure, Kyle. For sure. For sure, people have played Dr. Mario. Honestly, like, it's fun. It's a fun puzzle game. I'm not a huge, Dr. Mario is almost the same as Puyo Puyo, right? Like, that's the game it copies, I think. I'm not, like, huge on Puyo Puyo or Dr. Mario. They're fine, you know what I mean? I would personally rather just play Tetris, but to each their own. Duck Hunt Purple Box. VGA 95, pushing its way to $2,100. Wow. The high mark, I guess, is a VGA 90 earlier this year for $2,600.
Next lot.
This is almost the new highest price. Almost $2,000 on the 95. $2,000 on the 95. Oof. If another 95 comes, I assume that price is going to come down. Silver Box 90 plus, the re-release later print copy here, pushing its way to $350.
$360.
On deck, we got No Sugar A&W here. I'm gonna give that a nice little crack. Yeah, simply too cheap at Thane, isn't it? Simply too cheap. Man, getting copies of Duck Hunt graded Thane was like an infinite money glitch. You know what I mean? I wish I would have just bought, like, I was buying N64 games, trying to get Zeldas, Dragon Ball Z's, stuff I actually enjoyed. I should have just bought a copy of Duck Hunt every single week. Yeah, I guess I should still buy them, Thane. You're right. I should still keep buying Duck Hunts. I only bought like 2 or 3 of them, right? I didn't buy enough. $2,000 freaking dollars on the 95? Oh my gosh. Famicom jump there, going for $200. Final Fantasy 285 plus. Actually rare. Yeah, oh my god. Ooh, see, this is the patience I'm talking about though. This is still the patience that I'm talking about. $1,437.50, right? 85 plus copy. Not bad, right? Not a bad price at all. The last 85, which was almost a year ago to the date. The first 85 that hit auction was $2,400. Now the 85 plus was $1,000 less a year later. It's just being patient and picking my spots to strike type of thing. Picking my spots to strike.
Fair warning.
Especially when some of this Japanese stuff is coming up over and over again. Not holding up great on some of it. Dr. Mario JP actually looks medical. I agree. Many of the Duck Hunts have discoloration. Yeah, not every Duck Hunt for sure is going to 90-95. I don't contest that at all. What's the pop say on this? I agree with you. Not every Duck Hunt is going to be tied with just one other of the highest example. So, yes, it's a nice copy of Duck Hunt at 95. Don't get me wrong. Beautiful copy. But, like, you know what I mean? You know what I mean, Undamned? I don't know, man. There's a lot of cases out there, even for me to trust the 95 won't be heavily replicated in the future type thing. Ghostbusters VGA 80 copy here.
Fair warning.
Pushing its way to 225. Anybody else on board with old VGA games like 10 years ago were pretty rough? Like, yes and no. Yes and no. It depends. It depends. Old VGA grades can be... It depends. I know some people will say, like, 2012 through 2015 or even earlier, 2010 was tough, but, like, has VGA ever been easy?
$220.
So that's why I don't want to say, like, oh, yeah, they were, you know what I mean? Like, they've always been kind of freaking really, really, really difficult. Your mileage will vary on older grades.
$35.
VGA 80 Ghostbusters, $250. Yeah, that's a thing, too, with, like, earlier VGA grades. I think you are more prone to stuff like fading might exist that they missed. Or other small... you know what I mean? They're in more of their rookie years. You're definitely in more of their rookie years. So it's like, got to be a bit more... I don't want to say careful or anything, but you know what I mean. More stuff might have slipped through the cracks 15 years ago than it would now.
Fair warning. Next lot. $650.
Sorry, just give me 1 second here. Kirby the 95, oh my gosh.
Fair warning.
95 Kirby, it's the third time here. We've had, it's the third 95 that's sold. It's the third 95. You've heard CGC tightened way up. I've heard the exact opposite. I've heard the exact opposite, that right now CGC is free grades. Free grades for everyone is more what I've been hearing with CGC right now.
$900. $1,000.
The Kirby 95 pushing its way to almost $1,500 here, matching the December 2024 sale at $1,500 if it gets one more bid. So it went $1,500, $937.50, back up to, well, it's $1,400 right now on the Kirby 95. So even when we talk about with the Duck Hunt, right, not everyone's 95, of course not. Not every Kirby is 95. But this is now the third Kirby 95 selling. There might have been a duplicate in there, but $1,375. Mock Rider 85. I think VGA is or CGC is
$700.
very easy right now.
$800.
They're giving out 9.9A, 9.9A pluses, 10A plus. Like, it just seems... It seems like they've loosened up a bit, at least, is what I'm seeing there. The Mock Rider VGA 85, $84. $84 for Mock Rider. Why does everyone hate Mock Rider?
Fair warning.
Right? Why does everyone hate Mock Rider? What the heck, man?
$500.
Super Mario Bros. 85 plus later. I don't know if it's a later production, actually. I was going to say it is, but I don't know. 85 plus silver box with the FF logo on it. Pushing its way here to almost over $2,000, 85 plus. The last VGA 90, all the way back in October 2023, was $3,000. 11 copies of this on the Pop Report, pushing up to $2,750 right now. Okay, it is a later production. Okay. Like, I thought so. I assumed so. But, because it didn't actually say it in the title, I didn't want to, like, jump to conclusion. You know what I mean?
$160.
Heritage didn't put it in their title, so I didn't want to, jump to say it. $2,500. I don't know if there is an earlier production copy even on the Pop Report, though, right? Like, some of these, yeah, okay, it's a later production copy. I don't know if earlier production copies exist. It's like Famicom Mario right now. Every copy that's come up is technically a later production copy, But do earlier print
warning.
copies even exist?
100.
Oh, it's Japanese Day, Oscar. It is Japanese Day. Grab your kimono and settle in. 9.4 Famicom box Mario Bros. Cartridge pushing up to what, 250 here? The last... Oh, they're not even going to show me. I think we've seen this before, no? I thought we've seen Famicom box Mario, but...
Fair warning.
Oh, it's the highest graded one anyway that they've sold. So it has sold before, but...
$240.
That's what they all say, Oscar. Yeah, I've heard way more people say that that CGC is loosey-goose right now, so... Yeah, CGC is even more loose than WATA, and WATA themselves are a bit easy. VGA, yeah, they still have the chastity belt on. Exactly.
Fair warning.
That's pretty much what I would agree with, too.
$260.
Where's the Famicom box price guide when you need it? Seriously. I can just look up the I can look up the comp quick here on the Mario Bros. Mario Bros.
Fair warning.
Famicom box? It was like an 8.0 or something they sold? It was something. It was something. Oh my god, what? Okay, that's in the bubble. Jesus Christ. In 2021, a 7.0 sold for $1,680. 8.0 sold June 13th, 1 year ago. 1 year ago, 8.0 sold for $187.50. So this 9.4 now is pushing its way to $375. It's still in line, in my opinion. Still in line. Yes, unironically, it was leg day today. It sure was, therapist. It was absolutely leg day today, and I hated every second of it. Yellow box Mario is even super expensive, CIB. Gotcha.
$340.
You know, Slat was saying his 9.68 plus Simpsons from CGC was turned into a 9.88 plus WATA. That's the only instance you've heard of CGC being the tougher one. Yeah, between your 9.6s and your 9.8s, like WATA versus CGC, crossing isn't going to be super consistent either. Again, it's going to be like your mileage may vary. Not every CGC 9.6 and 9.8 is built the same. It's just, yeah, you're going to have individual variants. You're going to have anecdotes.
Fair warning.
Right? You're always going to have anecdotal crosses either way that are beneficial either way. But I think the general consensus here is, yeah, that neither company is super hard right now, WATA or CGC. But you're only considering switching to WATA right now due to turnaround times. Of course you are. Like, of course, right? If CGC is going to be, what, 80 business days? Why would you grade with them? Why would you grade with 80 business day wait? That is insanity. That is like pandemic waiting. It's insanity. The CGC magazine grading is tougher than the Harvard admissions. Yes, that I have heard, but I haven't graded a lot of magazines.
Fair warning.
Although I thought CGC, even like comic and magazine grading, loosened up a bit because they started using 9.9 more often. But that's anecdotal. I can't say that definitively. The Mario Bros. Famicom cartridge, after all is said and done there, closes at $600. So yeah, still nowhere even near. Nowhere even close to the bubble pricing. Nowhere even close, right? But it did sell for a lot more than the 8.0. Mother 1 plus 2, again, this is Game Boy Advance. This is not Famicom. So, Game Boy Advance, VGA 90, Mother 1 and 2. One of just 2 copies on the Maypop reports. I don't think Mother 1 and 2 is super available, Trevor. But, like, it's ultimately Game Boy Advance. So, I don't know how much it can sell for. But I don't think it's super available. At least I haven't, you know, it doesn't resonate as case fresh or anything. Either way, it's, yeah, now we're at $600 anyway, so you can just erase what you said about it being cheap, right? Never mind that. Never mind that. It's pushing its way slowly but surely here. I think the CIB of this is actually pretty expensive too. Somewhere in the $100 US maybe, but CGC magazines, you put them on pause. They still don't label subscriber newsstand copies consistently, but it's a nice case. No GBA slander. GBA is great. It's just, you know, don't think you're buying a Famicom game because it's listed with all of the Famicom stuff. That's all. You've been sending all your stuff to WATA even though you only live 3 hours away from CGC. The disrespect, I tell you.
$190, $240.
Robot block stack up. Japanese version of Stack Up right here, $450. I'm
$360.
I don't know if this is, it has to be. Yeah, that's big box. That is a big box version right there. So it should have the blocks inside and the game and everything. $450 for it. It kind of seems cheap to me, but I don't know.
Warning.
Yeah, PSA Comics is coming is what I was going to say. PSA Comics coming soon, right? Is that going to be rolled out before the end of the year? Something like that. Hopefully that just makes CGC better in general for everyone. Once there's the number one grading company is pushing them for competition.
$360.
Just saw your wallet jump off your desk and walk outside. It's done for the day. What did you win, Matt? Did you win the Mother 1 and 2? For $562.50? Rockman 4. VGA 80 plus for $500. Beautiful box. Beautiful box. Famicom, Mega Man, the Rockman games. They're beautiful. They're cool. 80 plus for $500. Sky Destroyer 90 plus going for $425 into a Solomon's Key, right? Solomon no Kage. No Kage? Solomon no Kage. VGA 90. I've never seen this before. Highest graded copy of just 3. First time at Heritage. Solomon's Key got no love. I'm surprised. Solomon's Key got no love. VGA 90 for $325. Really?
$15.
Really? After seeing that Rygar, lest we forget, right? Another classic Tecmo. Rygar was $1,625.
$5.
Why didn't old Solomon get some love? The old Nintendo Age logo, man. $325 for Solomon's Key. Here's Solomon's Key number 2. VGA 85 plus on this. Pushing its way to $70. Like, I'm sorry, what? I'm sorry, what the heck? I think there's one Mega Drive game, Oscar. But Mega Drive is really tough because it didn't come, conventionally factory sealed. So there's not a lot of Japanese brand new Mega Drive out there in general. And then it's also just not nearly as popular as Nintendo in general. So a lot more niche. I think there's one Sonic on Mega Drive is all there is. I think. Just trying to get there.
$180.
I think there's one. Sonic.
$90.
Is this even Mega Drive? I think it is. I think that's the only Mega Drive game, and it's coming up a lot later in the auction. A lot later, so. And it's a CIB. It's not even sealed, so like I was saying. Now, they didn't come sealed like normal, so, yeah, you get yourself a CIB.
Fair warning.
Solomon's Key number 2 slowly but surely went for $200 as well. Yeah, I'm just surprised these didn't get more love. Surprised they didn't get a bit more love there. The VGA 90 for $325 and the 85 plus for $237.50. Super Contra VGA 85 plus. We've had a few. One of just 15. One of just 15 unopened copies. Yet this is the 5th time at Heritage Auctions for Super C. 33% of the population has now gone through Heritage Auctions. Kind of silly. 85 plus peaked out at $3,000 and then fell down to $525 back in March. This copy right here pushing its way to $750 right now. Yeah, this one's still pretty available. Exactly. If GameStop buys PSA, whoa, why are you talking about GameStop buying PSA? What? This will be your first time you send stuff to WATA. Everything you have is CGC graded. You just can't wait that long. You sent in some CIB to WATA. Better price and turnaround. Gotcha. Yeah, I mean, 80 business days, dude. 80 business days is tough. Replay Retro, welcome in, man. Undamned, you won the Rockman 4. Let's go, dude. Yeah, that's a sick pickup. I was hoping you would win it. I thought you were bidding on it, so like $500. That's cool. Very, very cool. The 80 plus Rockman there. Super Contra fights its way back to 812, so pricing is still kind of all over the place.
Fair warning.
Pricing on this stuff is still kind of all over the place, right? $3,000 down to $500, now $800. This is volatile. That is some textbook volatility right there. Superman, 85 plus. Whew. Yeah, that's sick. Highest graded out of just 2 on the VGA Pop Report, pushing its way to $1,375. Superman just sells well, man. Superman just sells well no matter what it is. Are we? I'm
1,000.
Yeah, we still got bids. We still got bids. Make no mistake. Pushing its way now to 1,625. You sold two 70s Atari Spider-Mans out to Kuwait today. CIBs. Wow. For 1,500? I don't even know. What? What? What the hell are CIB 70s Spider-Mans on Atari for 1,500? I don't understand. None of those numbers are making sense to me.
Next lot. 1,200.
1,625. I Super Mario Bros. 3, the VGA 90 just popped its way to almost $5,000. Immediately, almost popped to $5,000 as soon as bidding opened. Over $5,000, VGA 90, Super Mario Bros. 3. I think there's a copy on eBay right now. Did it sell already? Did Mario 3 on eBay sell already? Holy smokes, pushing its way to $5,000 here. Any Metal Gear Solid games coming lately? There's some Japanese ones tonight, I think.
$120.
A couple Japanese ones tonight on PS1, if I do remember correctly.
$170.
Oh, there's a VGA 90 sitting on eBay, isn't there? Or is it an 85 plus? I thought it was a 90. Am I mistaken? $5,000 on the nose for the VGA 90 here. Yeah, Elijah, Superman has cake. Dude, I really thought you were talking about his ass, I'll be honest. So I was like zooming in on here, but no, you're right. You're right. Superman has cake. Superman literally has cake. You had me, Elijah. You had me, man. Super Mario Club. This is Red version later production. Frick. It's a communication cartridge, undammed. I know you've talked about these before. The item was designed for video game retailers and toy stores, serving as a tool for Nintendo to conduct remote sales research across its distributor network. Stores can access and share the latest Famicom game reviews while allowing customers to provide feedback, offering valuable marketing insights. Not really a game, it's a cartridge inside. It's cool. It's a cool item. Pushed its way to almost $500 there. $475. Super Mario USA VGA 90 Plus. Yeah, the cake was not a lie. The cake was not a lie. Superman was caked up, indeed. I didn't believe you, man. But Superman was caked up. Poker Face, welcome in, dude. Doing fantastic. I always enjoy the Japanese auctions. With how some of this stuff is bidding, I don't know if I'm going to be competitive at all tonight. I'll be honest with you guys. Bidding is already a bit more aggressive than I was thinking it would be. Super Mario USA, the 90 plus, this is setting a new high mark.
Fair warning.
The last 90 plus was 1 year ago for $3,200. This just sold for what, $3,800? $33,750. Brand new record price on Super Mario USA, right? That is stuff that I just can't predict. I just can't predict stuff like this. I don't know, man. It's all over the map here. We're all over the map.
Fair warning.
Sweet Home 85 plus, the what, precursor, predecessor to Resident Evil, published by Capcom here. First time on Heritage. For some reason I thought they'd sold Sweet Home before, but I guess not. Saying first time on Heritage for it here. Super cool. Super cool if you're into horror, if you're into Resident Evil, if you're into Capcom.
Next lot.
Still going, pushing into over $1,000 here. You would have considered that TMNT2 if it wasn't so cutthroat tonight? Well, like, I put some proxies in, like I said, Matt. I had some proxy bids, but it's like... I'm not going to win. I'm not going to win. I feel like I am not going to win. You have a Super Mario USA going up this week? Hey, maybe someone can get one. Maybe there's another chance. Pushing its way to almost $1,250 here on the Sweet Home. Everything you wanted to bid on is too high? You don't know what I expected? I don't know. I was hoping for less myself in Asuma. $1,200 for Sweet Home 85 plus. That's cool. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2 VGA 90 pushing its way over $1,000. No doubt, no doubt. The last 85 plus 1 year ago was $1,500. The 90 before that, October 2023, was $900.
Next lot.
So it outsold October, but then last year an 85 plus sold for more. And now the VGA 90 sells for less than the 85 plus.
$260.
I don't know, man. I don't know, dude. Tetris 85 plus here. I think Tetris did really... Oh my gosh, yeah. Okay, the last Tetris was a VGA 90 for $2,500. But before that, get this. An 85 plus sold August 2024 for $6,000.
$340.
Someone paid $6,000. And then a VGA 90 went for $2,500. And now this copy is looking for $400. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. You bought your fiance an Xbox X with a bunch of games for her upcoming birthday, spent well over $1,000. Oh my gosh, man. That's a hell of a birthday, man. You're a good man. You're a good man. Maybe me and my girlfriend are just cheap. We usually like cap our limit at $100. My gosh. My gosh, you're making me feel cheap out here. Nah, about 150. $100 is low. About 150. So the 85 plus Tetris now is $500. Make it make sense, right? Make it make sense. So I talk about like expressing patience and stuff. Like $6,000 down to $2,500, down to $500. Whoo!
Fair warning.
Whoo! Tiny Toon Adventures, 85 plus here. Pushing its way at almost $400. First time at Heritage. Only 5 copies on the Pop Report total. Time capsule, you grab the Tetris. I mean, dude, if you're going to get it at like surely 500 is safe, right? It has to be. Like, it can't really get much cheaper. Yeah, I spent 20 times more on Yoshi's Story, the love of my life.
Fair warning.
I spent 20 times more buying Yoshi's Story than I do on my girlfriend's birthday.
$40.
I don't know what that says about me. I don't know what that says about me. I don't know. Wario's Woods, 85 plus here, pushing its way to almost $300. Crazy how volatile it is. Oh, dude, it's nuts. Especially this Japanese stuff, which is still like, it's still huge price discovery phase still, right?
160.
Huge price discovery phase still. So you're going to see even more volatility on here. $287.50 on the Wario's Woods into, this is Gyromite, right? Or is this just a normal? Oh no, this is Gyromite. 85 qualified big box. The big box stack up, remember, actual non-qualified went for $450. So Gyromite qualified here, pushing its way to $300. Yeah, don't tell Carl about the Tetris sale, no doubt. We don't need that kind of publicity. $275 on Rob the Robot, albeit maybe Carl's not making videos like that anymore. I don't know. I don't know where Carl's is he still gonna make like expose type videos? I don't know. They've gotten a lot riskier. Famicom light gun. We had our big stupid orange zapper. In Japan, they got a badass revolver. 85 qualified on this. Pushing its way to $325. This is, you know, even if I wanted to win this on I couldn't imagine trying to ship this to Canada. Group lot of 2. Pac-Land and Castlevania. These are for the X68000.
Fair warning.
A computer? I think?
Next lot.
Like, I think? $200 for the pair of them. I have no idea. Yeah, the Castlevania, I mean, Pac-Land is cool, right? Give it up to frickin' Pac-Land, man, but I have no idea. Chrono Trigger, the Trial. The Trial NFR. Trial version of Chrono Trigger for the Super Famicom. It's not for resale. Didn't even get to read it. Sold for $587.50. It's cool. It's a cool item if you're a Chrono Trigger collector. The not for resale version as well as the normal version. I don't remember how this is distributed. If someone wants to like share a little bit more detail, like I said, the auction ended too quick there for me to get into the nitty gritty. But that is the this is the NFR. And then this is the real version, which has the actual artwork on it. So NFR says Chrono Trigger. It's all red. Real version actually has some art. Chrono Trigger 85 plus unopened Super Famicom, pushing its way to over $2,000. The last VGA 90 was $7,000. Was that at the February signature? $7,000 for a VGA 90, hey? In May 20... Oh, no, that's a signed copy. Never mind. Yeah, VGA 85 was floating
Fair warning.
425, it looks like. December 2024, if that's a real copy.
Next lot.
85 plus closing for 2,375. Whew.
130.
This one says Japan -2. Where, in the listing? Where the heck are you seeing Japan -2? There's no Japan -2. Variants don't exist. Variants don't exist.
Fair warning.
It was for like in-store demo displays and promos events a few weeks before release. There it is. Oh, Breath of the Wild. Sorry. Gotcha, Trev. I see your other message now. You're primarily in sports cards where markets are clearly identified relatively shortly. You know, it's not apples to apples, but still wild to watch. Yes. I imagine. It's like you'd have to imagine going back to the first time, I don't even know, 1980s or 1970s cards start hitting eBay. You know what I mean? And you don't really know how many 70s cards have survived. Are they mint condition? How much is out there? Like, obviously, sports cards is just so much further developed now than video games is. But, yeah, you'd have to go, I don't even know, maybe the year 2001 you'd see this kind of volatility. Dragon Ball Super booted in number 3, 9.6, pushing its way to almost $350. The Chrono Trigger closed at 2,375. Yeah, you know what I meant, Ted. You know what I meant, okay? You know what I meant, Ted. Back in the year 2000, 2001 on eBay. I tell you can't say anything.
Fair warning.
You can't say anything. You guys are all over. Jumping on Greg's back there. Booted in 2, pushing its weight almost $400 on the 9.6. There's a lot of these out there. A lot of these out there.
Fair warning.
That's what I'll say about these ones. A lot of them out there. That CIB looks like it went for a song, if price charts is to be believed. Price charts on a Japanese video game? Huh? I wouldn't believe that for anything. I don't even know what CIB you mean, Joe.
$40.
Or do you mean Pac-Land with the controller? Do you mean, I don't know. I have no idea. Booted in 3 is still pushing somehow, some way to $425.
Next
The Castlevania, gotcha.
$380.
$400. Got myself, I got 2 mint copies right here, baby. We got 2 of them.
$140.
We like it so much, we've got 2. I think I paid like 150 Canadian for those. They're just, they got a whole warehouse full of them. Final Fantasy V, VGA 90 plus. You sent in a bunch of Pokemon XY Evolution cards to be graded.
$480.
Does anyone know how long it will take? I do not.
$500.
Go Caps, go Oilers. Carl's still going to make videos, not a hater. Still hobbyist collector, went too hard trying to expose fraud. Oh, yeah, I know he's making videos. Is he still going to make expose videos, though? Right? Is he still going to make the exposed videos? The drama type vids.
$550.
Final Fantasy V, $600 for the 90 plus. Into Final Fantasy VI, VGA 90 plus there.
$650. $750.
All the way back to pickup artist videos, yep. All the way back to pickup artist videos. The full circle, the full circle.
$900.
Final Fantasy VI, the 90 plus, pushing its way here. This is the highest graded?
$1,100.
There's been 85 plus copies. Went as high as 1,500 before, back in December. Now, this looks like might be the only 90. Might be the only 90 plus. But they aren't telling me if it's the highest grade in their little quick comps or anything. You know what I mean? But it's pushing over $2,000, so I'm going to go ahead and assume it is. Yeah, stocks in crypto are absolutely dying in real time. Yes, they are, Simoon. Yes, they are. What the heck? What the heck's up with that, hey? What's up with that, man?
Next lot. $200.
The Final Fantasy VI, 2,375. Yeah, that's massive. That's massive.
$320.
Massive, massive, massive. Missile strikes. What? I'm sorry, what? Sorry, go back a second there. Are we, Final Fantasy sold for $2,400. That's awesome. Missiles. Like, I'm not equipped for this. Sorry, man. I just know video games. That is nutty. Final Fight Guy, 9.8. In North America, of course, this is a rental exclusive there. Rental exclusive SNES Grail. But in Japan, I think it's just a game. Right? Like, I think Final Fight Guy is just a game. And if it wasn't, if Final Fight Guy wasn't like a rental exclusive Blockbuster Grail in North America, I don't think it would be much either. Like, I don't think Final Fight Guy is, like, does anyone actually care about the game? What are we saying about Final Fantasy VI here? You just made a 33-game sub for VGA. Lots of Japanese and PAL. Nice.
$50.
Very nice. There are 10 90-plus copies. So there are 10 90-plus and 9 95s of Final Fantasy VI. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, man. Yeah, that's crazy. In my head, I was thinking this might be Pop 1 or like Tide Pop, Top of Pop type thing. 10, tied for 10 with 9 higher is crazy at $2,375.
Fair warning. $700.
You have a CGC 9.4? Like a VGA 85, give or take. Maybe an 85 plus. But yeah, nowhere close to a 90 plus, unfortunately. Star Fox VGA 90. No. With that kind of pop HW, it just sounds like you can wait, right? You can just wait. That's crazy. The Star Fox VGA 90. Here, see, right? Tied with just one other for the second highest out of just 13. That's what I'm saying.
Next lot.
Right? When I see these VGA 90s and stuff, I want them to actually be like good.
$850.
But frick, 9 with 10 higher is just like, it's a little bit crazy. A little bit crazy.
Fair warning.
Secret of Mana took a beating? Secret of Mana should have. I was screaming this from the rooftops, I think, when it first sold. Right? Like, it went from what? 3,750. I think there were copies even higher than that. The last 90 sold for 1,250 a year ago. Now it's down to 750. It's getting there, right? It's getting there. If you want to buy one now for like $600-700, okay, cool. But there's just so many of them. The same thing is going to happen with like Final Fantasy VI here, right? Like, the same things will happen on some of these games that just have, I feel like I say this every time the Japanese auction comes around, but some of these games just have a ton of pop out there. And
$800.
any qualified to go crazy yet? They have not. Also, welcome in, Goob. Good to see you, dude. $1,100 almost actually for Star Fox VGA 90. Street Fighter 2 qualified 85. Okay, this is kind of crazy. Is $300 for a qualified Super Street Fighter or for Street Fighter 2 kind of nuts? I think it is. Right? I think that's a bit crazy for a qualified Street Fighter 2. $300. Super Street Fighter 2 Turbo, $1,000 on the 9.8 into Super Mario World qualified. Oh, here you go. Here you go. This should probably be the highest qualified of the night. Street Fighter 2 is very common. Street Fighter 2 is very common.
Next lot.
Super Mario World going for $875, 85 plus into Yoshi's Island. Or Yossi Island. 9.2 NS CGC. What the heck are you saying there?
Fair warning. $700.
Oh, are there tariffs for sending games to VGA from Europe? Oh yeah, no, I can't. I can't jump in on that combo. The upcoming Street Fighter 2 Turbo is the most recent of 4 CGC 9.8s with none higher. Not bad. Not bad. $1,000 there. Did Super Mario World come bundled with the console in Japan? I actually don't know. I actually don't know. $843 on Yoshi's Island. Not common at all. These don't pop up. Like, they're, at least I don't see it ever. 9.2, there was fading on it, so still $843. Thane, you were pushing it to $5,550. Jeez.
Fair warning.
Super Metroid, the VGA 90.
2,000.
Pushing its way to $3,250 now. It's going to outsell the last one. One more bid, man. November 2024, it sold for $3,250.
$2,800.
Pushing its way now to $3,500. Yeah, fading 9-2. I don't know where the fading is either, Trevor. I couldn't see it in the box there anyway. I couldn't see the fading. It's either on the top, bottom, or one of the unseen sides, so. $3,250, tying the last sale on Super Metroid. That sucks. It sucks because I would like to buy one, man. I would like to buy a Super Metroid. But I don't have $3,200. Do you think people will actually make any money off grading the newly released Switch 2 games? Oh yeah, there'll be a few people. There will be a few people who make money and a lot of people who don't. That's what I think. A few people will be able to make money, and a lot of people probably won't. Tiny Toons! 85 plus here on Super Famicom. Beautiful boxes on all the Tiny Toon games, by the way. There's one earlier for the Famicom that just... Like, I don't resonate strong with them, but like, man, just fantastic artwork on these. Gotta say.
Next lot.
Tiny Toon Adventures there pushed its way to...
$110.
$287.50. Yeah, Super Metroid for $3,200.
$130.
You can send me a link to a couple of lower grades. I mean, I would probably even accept like a 9.2 on this. 9.2, 9.4. You know what I mean? 9.2, 9.4. VGA 85. Like, I know who I am. Right? I know who I am. Wrecking Crew 98. I've never seen this before. I've never even seen the box art before. 9.6 Super Famicom. Freaking cool box art on this. Japan exclusive to the sequel. Wrecking Crew. Pushing its way to $238.50. I mean, I assume it's going to get some love just for the Mario cover, the Wrecking Crew, but we'll see.
$200.
SMW was not bundled in Japan. Japan never did pack-ins. Reggie had to push to get Wii Sports packed in. Gotcha. Yeah, in my head I was going to say no, but I didn't know it definitively, you know? I didn't want to toss that out there without actually knowing anything about it.
$280. $300.
Greg may buy the 9.2s, but to you, he's a 10. Thanks, Gary. Thanks, Gary. Pokemon Bluezo is getting the short end of the stick. Yeah, I mean, it's going up against a red, man. It's going up against Pokemon Red 85 plus. It's probably going to be the big item of the auction. The thing is, like, Japanese blue came later. So it's actually like red, green, then blue. Then yellow, I think? I think that's the order. So like parallel release between red and green, and then blue came after, and then yellow came after. I think it's like that. So blue, while being blue, isn't as coveted in Japan at all. This is like the early print mail order version, so it is a great copy, but yeah. It might outsell green anyway. Who knows? Who knows?
$1,400.
Wrecking Crew, $525 into... Ooh, what is this? Why are we pushing up to $2,000? Oh my gosh. Chikyu Keiho Gunzas.
$600.
Earth Liberation Force Zas. Game Boy game. We're pushing to $2,000.
Fair warning.
Limited release, largely unknown, hardcore shmup.
Next lot.
I don't know.
$550.
I don't know, man. Sold for $1,875. You bet Sean's loving this purchase. Yeah.
$650.
A rare Japan exclusive shooter. Glad it didn't fly under the radar. Evan, man, it's crazy which games like do or don't. You know what I mean?
$700.
It's always weird like what games do or don't kind of slip through the cracks or go under the radar. But $1,875. That seems strong to me. You wanted Hiko. What?
Next lot.
How long have you... What? How much does the CIB sell for? Oh my god, dude. That's crazy. That's crazy, Hiko. Congrats. Like, I know nothing about it.
Fair warning.
Donkey Kong 85 plus for $812 there. Dracula, Castlevania Adventure, right? Yeah, Castlevania The Adventure, sorry. 90 plus on Game Boy here. Pushing its way to almost $700. The last VGA 90 back in June did $600. Castlevania selling for more. Check price charting only because it has limited sales data. This auction's pumping. Must be some deep pockets battling over Japanese games tonight. I never know what to expect with it, HW. Like, truly, coming into this auction, I was like I actually thought there was going to be maybe some fatigue. You know what I mean? I think that's the word that has been, me and Henry been tossing around a lot, a little bit of fatigue. Maybe it's the summer seasons, right? It's June. I don't know, man. Prices seem pretty damn good to me on Japanese stuff here. Greg was a 10 when he had long hair. No, absolutely not. I look at some of those old videos where I have long hair and it's like I'm disgusted. The Dracula's Adventure, or Castlevania Adventure Story for $812.50 into Dragon Slayer Gaiden. 90 plus. A frickin' sick box art on this.
Next lot.
Like really sick box art. $300 on the nose for it. I think it's a Japan exclusive there. I don't think there's an English counterpart. Here we go. Pocket Monsters Aka. Pokemon Red. Japanese 85 plus.
Fair warning.
The last 85 plus was at the August Signature 2024 for $16,250. This copy right now pushing to $10,000. Feeling embarrassment of the past self is a sign of growth. It's COVID, man. COVID was wild times, bro.
Fair warning.
The COVID times were wild, man. That's all I can say. COVID was a wild time. We were all doing wild things. Pushed its way to almost $12,000 on the Pocket Monsters Red. Japanese has the battle of potentially too many unopened copies out there, but very tough to actually find legit seller with legit copy. Yes, and getting it shipped overseas, 100%. So there's absolutely value to just buying the graded copies. I don't know if you saw last stream, Mike, but I just got fucked by a Japanese seller. Like, I bought off Bai. They sent me an open copy, right? I bought a brand new copy. The pictures showed a brand new copy. It was a Dreamcast game, and they just shipped me an open copy. And someone in the Discord got screwed by the same seller as well. So, yeah, there's a lot of risk. Pokemon Blue mail order version, which is also why we see some of these premiums coming in on already graded versions. Pokemon Blue mail order version, on the back of the box, there's no barcode. You can see here. The later print copies of Blue do have a barcode on them. The first ones, issue of Coral Comics mail order, beautiful. Mail order Blastoise, right? VGA 90 there, closing for $9,687. I don't think I can get my money back, Mike. I didn't pay for insurance. I generally don't. So, like, I think I'm just screwed. The Pokemon Red for $11,250. What's the most Pokemon Red sold for?
$9,000.
Oh, man, 64,000? 74,000? Pokemon Green. I do want to watch this one first. Then I'll find out the, someone can say the record for Pokemon Red. I think it was the 90 plus. I can't remember how high it was. Pokemon Green here, VGA 90 pushing its way to almost $12,000, which I think is getting close to the high grade of this. Yeah, VGA 90 sold last year for $16,250. Wife wants to watch some hockey. Enjoy the night. Hey, you too, dude. Let's go Oilers, am I right?
Fair warning.
Let's go Oilers.
$100.
How is Red outselling Green? Easy. Easy. All day, every day, Trevor. All day, every day. Green has a couple of 95s now. Whew. 45,000 for Red was the top sale.
Fair
Gotcha.
warning.
Was that the 90 plus then? 90 plus for 45,000?
$130.
Pokemon Green, the VGA 90 for $11,250. So yeah, both Pokemon Red and Green down about $5,000 from their last sales of the same grade.
Fair warning.
Right around there, actually. Both tracking the exact same, which is kind of weird. Yeah, I think Green is way cooler as well, but convince you know what I mean? Yeah, Charizard go burr, right? Convince other people of that. Like, who cares? Who cares about Venusaur in Green, right? Venusaur gets absolutely destroyed on trading cards. Like, it just... I don't think you're going to convince people that Green is the cooler version versus Charizard. That's a tough sell, man. That's a tough sell. Pokemon Yellow, 85 qualified copy here. Someone had a proxy bid on the Zaz. You're hoping it would go under the radar because it's so niche. Yeah. Yeah, no dice on that one, dude. No dice on that one. You bought a Pokemon Stadium 2 that was new, but it was open? Yep. It's tough, man. You're importing from Japan. You are opening yourself up for all that risk. It just is what it is.
$220.
Cy Moon, were you bidding up the green?
$260.
Was that you pushing the green, Simon? Jeez. Pocket Monsters Pikachu, the qualified 375. Yeah, qualified, it's just not, you know, like I said, yellow is later print. Yellow is much more available. $375 for the qualified copy. Rockman World VGA 90, pushing its way to almost $500. 5K discount on it. It was tempting. It is tempting, dude. Pokemon Green is freaking nice. VGA 90 is freaking cool. Like, it's cool. Is this Rockman way cooler than it seems? 9 copies on the Pop Report. I don't know if it's cooler than it seems. Like, it's Mega Man on Game Boy, right? I don't know if it's super cool. Mega Man's cool, but, like, I don't know if Mega Man on Game Boy is super cool. VGA 90 goes for $412. Romancing Saga, right? Just Saga 2, no romance. There was no romance involved. 85 plus here on Saga 2.
Fair warning.
A UKG 90 just sold for €200 for the Rockman game. Gotcha. So yeah, was the red and green second prints? I think so. I don't even know if first prints are confirmed to exist unopened, right? Yeah, that's a second print, small barcode. Do we even know if first prints exist on these? Both are second print. I don't think VGA has it labeled at all. So I don't think there's... Rockman 1 on Game Boy isn't rare. Gotcha. The UPC size is how you tell by that mic. The letters, numbers, whatever it is. Maybe yellow has the bigger UPC. Yeah, this one. This is a big UPC. Let me try and bring this up. So that's a big UPC. Don't worry. I got this quick. No, that won't work. Let me click over here. Click a couple things over there. A couple of these. One of those. Get that close. And then this needs to be on screen as well. Oh my god, where did she come from? Where's the shit I wanted? Ay. It's coming. Don't worry, boys. It's coming. We're getting there. Don't you guys worry.
Fair warning.
And, no, I can't do it. This is insanity. Why can't I do it? Why does it do that? Why am I... What? I can't do it anyways. There's a small one. That's a big one. Yellow is a big one. The other ones are small ones. I don't know why it's, like, botching my attempts, though. I'm thwarted at every turn. So, we can't do it. Yellow's a big one if you want to see, though. Oh, here's the red again. And that's a small one. It's the size of the numbers is the most obvious indicator. Like, the numbers, the barcode, everything is just, like, zoomed in. Zoomed in versus zoomed out, essentially. How does the guy get into the auction again? This is why I don't try and do things. Sometimes you guys see how inept I am with computers, and it's very embarrassing. I don't like you guys knowing how inept I am. Yeah, size matters, exactly. That's a very eloquent way of putting it. The Game Boy Light Astro Boy console, ungraded CIB for $400 there. Game Boy Micro 85 qualified for $393. Game Boy Pokemon complete sound CD 9.8A plus. Is there a Pokemon Silver today? Yes.
Fair warning.
Pokemon Silver though comes with the freaking postcard, man.
Next lot.
80 uncirculated, and Pokemon Gold 80 plus uncirculated with postcards. I think both of the comps on these for high grades is what, 5 figures, isn't it? I think they sold for 5 figures, maybe 85 plus VGA 90. Like, it was oh man, those get love. I don't know what those are going to sell for, but I assume they're sitting cheap still at $1,500 and $1,000 respectively. I'm assuming those are going to pop when they finally go to auction. $450 for the Pokemon Sound CD.
Fair warning.
Oh, gosh. Dragon Quest 3, 90 plus. Sometimes my brain just melts trying to translate these in real time. Dragon Quest 3, $400 there for the 90 plus. Kirby. Coral Kirby. 1 of 2 on the Pop Report. I don't know if it's a... Oh, exclusive in Japan. There we go. I wanted to know if it was an exclusive or not. Or if we had an English counterpart. $656 for Coral Kirby. Pocket Monsters 90 Crystal, pushing its way to $525. I think the last Crystal 90, yeah, the last Crystal 90 was only $700. That was back in December. So this might, no, we'll see. $600 right now. $687 is the high mark, or at least the last time it sold. There are a decent amount of copies of Crystal out there, but like I do assume with time. You know, it's Pokemon. I do assume with time these will get swallowed up into collections, and it will be harder to get yourself a 90. Or at least it will cost you more.
$600.
There we go. Pushing its way to 750. Yeah, beating the last comp from December. You sold your mint copy to one of the Discord members for 1,200 or so, a little less. Did you have the postcard though, Goob? If you don't have the postcard, it doesn't count. Without the postcard, it sells for considerably less from what we've seen. Because I think it was Pokemon Yellow, right, that had the postcard that sold for like, I don't even know what it was, $6,000 more than it would have otherwise. So that whole postcard bundle is like, yeah, silver's much harder to find compared to gold crystal. Silver is the grail right now. The VGA 90 going for $812.50, a little bit more than the one back in December. And Pokemon Crystal 85 plus, 2 copies here going up.
$340.
85 plus pushing its way over 400 here slowly.
$360.
Next time the yellow comes up for auction, you're going all in. Didn't you lose to frickin' the owner of Reddit? Isn't that the copy, Gary? Where you were bidding against Mr. Reddit himself? Just unlucky. Just unlucky.
$550.
It's hard when you get the those billionaires in there, you know? It's hard when you're going up against a billionaire. I feel you, man. I feel for you. You too have lost to Mr. Reddit. Why is this 85 plus juicing? The 90 just sold for $812. The 85 plus is pushing its way to $750. Almost the same price. Almost the same exact price here on the 90. Yeah, $100 difference. Huh. You have a 90 crystal, so you're probably biased, but it still feels cheap. Oh, yeah, for sure. I think it is. Right? I think it is. I know crystal's like not the rarest Pokemon game or anything, but it is one of the most desirable. I just think it's going to age like fine wine on the crystals. Some of these games are selling for a ton of money. I think some of these are... I think crystal's going to age nicely. The Pokemon Silver, 80 uncirculated with the postcard, looking for $2,000 right now. Pushing its way over $2,000. Yeah, Crystal is one of the rarest North American, yes. But for whatever reason, dead stock existed in...
Fair warning.
Dead stock exists on Japanese Crystal. So, pushing its way to 2,500 here on the Crystal with postcard. Or Silver, sorry. Silver with postcard. You bought the new Fatal Fury Special Edition on Xbox X. Was thinking it might be worth something someday, but you want to play it instead. Any thoughts? I don't think Fatal Fury has any value anywhere. I think it's just too damn niche. Yeah, it's a niche title, and it's on Xbox. It's just not a good combination poker. Like, it might get some value, but, like, I don't think it will ever become a quote-unquote grail. Original Xbox already sucks, you know what I mean? Original Xbox has a lot of good stuff out there, but, like, no one cares about it. I don't think Xbox X is going to have a good future. Pocket Monster Silver, the VGA 80 going for $2,375. Pokemon Gold 80 plus for $1,750. Honestly, like I said, compared to those like 5-figure sales on the 85 plus or the 90s, like I think these are great value, man. Am I crazy, Gary? Like surely these are great value compared to the super high grade ones, right? I'm surprised how affordable they are. $2,375, $1,750 respectively. Look amazing with the postcard, and it's great. Great display. Looks great. Pokemon Gold 90 plus here, pushing its way to almost $1,000.
Fair warning.
You got the Kirby. Which one, Adam? Haven't we have a couple? Hasn't there been a couple, or do you mean the Koro Kirby?
$160.
Because there was like Kirby on Famicom, Koro Kirby. I think there's been a couple Kirbys already here. Pokemon trading card game VGA 85. The postcards are pre-order exclusives, Mike. So if you would have ordered it from, I think the store is called Larson's, you would have got the game in a little baggie with the postcard. So a little thing, you know, a little knick-knack, a little bonus for you. Pokemon Game Boy trading card game 85, closing for $212. The VGA 90 Pokemon Gold. So yeah, here. The much higher grade Pokemon 90 plus gold, $937.50. 80 plus with postcard, which should be a first print gold. I don't know if this is a first print or not, but $1,750. Pokemon Pinball 90 plus, pushing its way to almost $750. There we go. The last VGA 90 was $575 respectively. This trading card game has the sealed Dragonite promo. Really? Surely that Dragonite promo in like a 10 is worth more than this game just sold for, no?
Next lot.
I assume it is anyway.
$200.
Legend of Zelda DX 95 plus. Whew. Pokemon Pinball going for 750. Zelda DX, man, 95 plus. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Tied with one other example on the VGA Pop Report out of 23 total. I'm baffled there's 2 of them.
Next lot.
I'm baffled that 95 plus doesn't get you the top spot, hey? 1,625. Which one, Gary? You were under on the pinball? You think that's a great price considering the last 90 went higher, didn't it? No, the 90s were like $500, I think, on pinball. I think the 90s were 500 if I remember the comps there. So close, but I think this did get a little bit of love over the last 90s.
$240.
Banjo-Kazooie 2, welcome to N64, everybody. Pushing its way to almost $350 here. First time, yeah, first time Banjo-Kazooie, or Banjo-Tooie, I guess, but Banjo-Kazooie 2 is what it's called in Japan. Pushing its way to almost $400.
$340.
You're a little surprised Heritage doesn't mention You're a little surprised Heritage doesn't mention whether they come with the original bags, since VGA sends those back after grading. It's the only way to know which round of pre-order the game was in. There's 2 rounds of pre-order, I'm sorry. Are there differences between the postcards or the game? Oh, you got the Koro Koro, Adam. Dope. You have the Famicom 95 already. Let's go, man. Yeah, cool to get the exclusives ones.
$460.
I don't believe they'll just let you combine a postcard and the game, Trevor. I don't think they let you. At least they didn't let you as of like a year or 2 ago.
$550.
I think you actually had to send them an uncirculated, still taped, closed Larson bag. Uh-oh.
Fair warning.
Oh, no, false alarm. False alarm. Banjo-Kazooie 2. Somehow, some way, man, pushing its way to $800. I am also... I am glad and surprised that Banjo-Kazooie 2 is getting so much love.
Warning.
I feel like Banjo 1 has sold for less, right?
Next lot.
Albeit, I think we've seen multiple copies of Banjo 1 at this point, but like $750, man. Not bad, not bad. Yeah, they won't let you Frankenstein them. Yes, that's what I thought. They won't let you Frankenstein them together. So, there you go, right? Makes it kind of special to have the postcard.
$60.
Yeah, there'll be more Pokemon pinballs. Absolutely, there will be. There's a whole warehouse of them, right? It's like that Pokemon, what is it? The Pokemon Snap. Where is it? There it is. Pokemon Snap, right? The VGA 90 coming up. We know there are cases out there. Wasn't some guy in Facebook trying to sell a case? What was the false alarm? I almost exploded. That was the false alarm.
Fair warning.
Oh, but it was crises averted. Crises averted. What a 9.8 NS. Would you rather have the 9.8? Would you rather have the 90? That's the question we need to ask ourselves. Would you rather have the 9.8 or would you have the 90? The 9.8 Animal Crossing right now pushing its way to $525. Animal Forest, Animal Crossing, whatever you want to call it. It's the first release ever. Pushed its way to $500 on the nose. $500 on the nose. Here's the VGA 90. I personally would probably take the 90 as well. Personally, I think the 90, it's probably nicer, but pushing its way right now to $475. One more bid and it matches the WADA 9.8. You could also argue that the VGA 90 might not be a 9.8, right? Like, there's no guarantee on that. There's no guarantee on the crossing either way on these. Did I buy a Switch 2? I did not. I'm going to wait until there's just more games out. There's just not enough there for me, Poker Face. Like, yeah, Mario Kart World would be fun to play, don't get me wrong. And it'd be fun to, it would be fun to, like, be part of the zeitgeist and the hype. And, you know, it's brand new. Everyone's, you know, brand new world records being found on time trials every day and stuff. It would be fun to be part of all that, but I need more. I need more. I need more. I can wait. No issue with waiting. Funny enough, the 9.8 and the 90 sold for the exact same price. Sold for the exact same price. The 9.8 and the 90. $500 each. Legend of Zelda 9.2 NS Ocarina of Time. Closing for what? $906.25. Not bad. Not bad. Almost $1,000 on the 9.2 on this. Mario Party 85 plus. Only 8 unopened copies on the Pop Report. Pushing its way out. One more bid and it's $1,000. Just shy of $1,000, 968. Yeah, 968.75 into Mario Party 9.2. So yeah, the 85 plus here should easily outsell the 9.2, right? Should be no doubt there whatsoever. The last 9.0, for what it's worth, was 262.50. And I was choked back then because I should have just bought it myself. This 9.2 right now pushing 450.
Next lot.
Yeah, 400.
$110.
$400 for the 9.2. 968 for the 85 plus. And yeah, there should be a gap, right? There should be a gap. This could be a 9.8 frick. So, makes sense to me. Mario Party 2, 9.6 NS, looking for 150 on it. Slowly but surely here, I'm sure some bids will come in. There they are. For 1 second. For 1 second, I thought it might sell for 150 bucks. For 1 second there, I almost hit the bid button. We can just watch Clint Stevens play Mario Kart anyway. I refuse, Gary. I refuse to watch Clint Stevens. God knows as soon as I start watching him again, he's just going to collect the sub money and leave. That's the Clint Stevens formula, right? You show up when there's something exciting, you get all your subs again, and you never come back for a year. I can't do it anymore, man. I can't be part of the Stevens cycle. You got to break away from the cycle, Gary. Don't let Clint Stevens do it to you again, man. That's Clint Stevens. That's quality. I can't do it, man. Mario Party 2, the 9.6 NS, pushing its way to almost 500 bucks here. Mario Party 2 does have a lot of copies out there. There should be more copies of this than Mario Party 1 and 3 combined, I would say. So just like the North American version, for whatever reason, like 2 is the most common, both in Japan and in North America.
Fair warning.
Oh, the cover of all 3 Mario Parties are great, Quest. All 3 Mario Parties, great titles. Or great covers. Yeah, imagine, Ted. Imagine I won the CGC 9.2 Yoshi story as well today. I just can't get away from Yoshi, man. I just freaking love that guy. I just love that green little dinosaur, you know? $2,000, $3,000. There's no amount of money that's too much to pay for Yoshi. That's the way I see it.
$600, $700, $700, $800.
Mario Party 2, slowly but surely here, is almost going to crack $1,000. Yeesh. Yeesh, Thane. Mario Parties and Duck Hunt, man. Mario Parties and Duck Hunt. That was the Japanese stonks that we didn't know.
Next lot. $60.
$937.50 on the 9.6. Yeah, that was a bidding war for sure, Highlander. Remember it almost sold for 150 there? That's where we started. We started at 150 bucks, slowly but surely. Pushed its way all the way up to almost 1,000. Ogre Battle 64 here. Slowly but surely going over 100 bucks. And just give me 1 second, I gotta go to the bathroom quick. We're like halfway through the auction, so.
$200. Fair warning. Next lot. $220. $300. $340. $380. $420. Fair warning. Next lot. $480. Fair warning. Next lot. $85. $95. $150. Fair warning. $160. Fair warning. 180, 200, 200, 200, $280. Fair warning. Next lot. $80. $190. $220. $240. $260. $280. $300. $320. Fair warning. $340. $360.
No, about halfway.
Fair warning. Next lot. $2,600. Fair warning. Next lot. $130.
Oh, boy.
$150.
Oh, boyo. I saw that frickin' Edmonton's down 3-0 as well. Wow. Wow, man. Wow, oh, wow, hey? Pocket Monster Snap, $512, slowly but surely coming its way down here. Shindu Edition, 85 qualified, $587.50. Yoshi Story on N64, oh my god, only $325, that's so cheap. 9.0 Zelda here, going for $425. And you wanted FDL, let's go, dude. Yeah, sub $500 for Ocarina of Time, 9.0 or above, I think is good. Pocket Pikachu. I told you guys. I freaking told you guys. I knew this was a grail. I knew it. I knew it. $3,000. I knew it. What'd I pay? Like $100 for mine out of Japan, I think. I think I paid $100. Let's go. That's crazy. Tamagotchi, $175. A group lot of 2 Eevee Tamagotchis. Very cool. This is a pretty healthy showcase for Japanese. It sure is, Quest. It sure freaking is, dude. Dragon Ball Z on Game Boy Advance. Buku Tugeki. I did put it's Supersonic Warriors. I put a bid in on it, but like I don't think I want to buy every single Japanese Dragon Ball Z game. You know, like Supersonic Warriors, by all accounts, is like a who gives a shit Dragon Ball Z game. You know what I mean? Like it's low tier, but I did throw a bid at it. I have been outbid now. I was like 180-ish. VGA 90. It's cool. It's cool. Great cover. Looks beautiful. I can't. I don't need to. I don't need to buy every single one. You know. $170. Yeah, Majin Vegeta on the cover is sick. Like it looks great. It looks freaking great. But yeah, I left to go bid on the Yoshi. I left so you guys didn't watch me buy Yoshi. I had to get onto my alt account. I couldn't let you see it. I couldn't let you see it. $200. I'm too embarrassed. Dragon Ball Z is pushing its way to almost 250 now. And also, there is another Japanese video game showcase auction coming up later in the year. So if you like what you see, which I mean, I would say the Japanese auction, like you just said, Quest, is looking pretty healthy across the board here. If you want to get your items into the next Japanese showcase auction coming up in October, you have until August. Lots of time still coming up in October. I always want to reach out sooner rather than later so you can get you can get placement. You know what I mean? There's only so many items I can go into an auction, so. But it's coming up in October, another auction if you want to get into the next Japanese showcase. Coming up in October, videogames at ha.com. There's a referral link in the description. Tell them Greg sent you, all that good stuff, right? See, oh my god, I saw how much the Japanese games are selling for on Greg's stream, and I got to get in on this. Oh my god, I need to get some of these Japanese stonks. So.
Fair warning.
A lot of these prices, man, they only exist on Heritage Auctions. I will also say, like, I've tried to sell some Japanese stuff on eBay. It's a lot different. It's a lot different. So if you want to get in on it, it's coming up later in the year. I'm a Leo, I think, Poker Face.
Fair warning.
I think I'm a Leo. July 29th. Leo, right?
$180.
The Dragon Ball Z game, yeah, $237.50. It didn't even sell for a lot of money. You know what I mean? It didn't even sell for a ton of money. But it's just like, I don't freaking need it, you know? F-Zero GP Legends, right? Falcon Densetsu? Yeah, GP Legends in North America. VGA 90 here, pushing its way at almost $225. Yeah, classic Leo, hey? Classic freaking Leo, not buying the Dragon Ball Z game. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. $218 on the Game Boy Advance Captain Falconeer. Kirby 95 plus. Hoshi no Kirby. Which one is this? Kirby's Dream Land? No. Yes, Nightmare in Dreamland. Japanese version of Nightmare in Dreamland. 95 plus, selling for over $1,000. Just very slightly. Very slightly. 1,031 there. Mario and Luigi Superstar Saga. Mario and Luigi RPG in Japan. VGA 90 here. Pushing its way to $375. I don't think these, You won the Kirby! Oh my god, dude. You are juicing. You are juicing the Kirby collection. I'm happy for you, man. 95 plus is crazy, too. 95 plus is crazy. You are juicing it, man. Good stuff. Good stuff. The Mario Superstar Saga 90, pushing its way to almost $500 here, looking for $450. I think the Game Boy Advance games in general should go for a little bit less, right? Like, we have Pokemon coming up later, but I assume in general... It's so hard. I don't know how much... Like, I've never seen this before, right? Game Boy Advance, theoretically, what's the other word? Logically, should be more available than a lot of other stuff, but you never really see it. You never really see it come listed on Japan. At least I don't. So I don't know. It's complete wild cards to me. Fox McCloud, you bought the F-Zero. That's dope. It's cool, man. For $200, that's freaking cool. $525 for the Mario RPG. Yeah, like, to me, that makes sense, right? Makes sense. It's like, okay, VGA 90. There's a little bit of downside potential, a little bit of upside potential. I don't think it's crazy. 95 Mario Party Advance. That's beautiful. Pushing its way to almost $250 here.
$240.
When's the last time I sold stuff on Heritage?
$260.
I think it was Japanese stuff. I think I was in the last Japanese showcase. I think.
$280.
Maybe I was a showcase before that. But I was the last Pokemon Crystal VGA 90 that sold. That was mine. And that was, yeah, Japanese Tekken was there. Maybe it was a year ago now. It might be almost a year ago to the date. Was my last,
fair warning.
My last consignment. Might be almost a year ago to the date here. The last game I sold at Heritage. Once I start filtering through my factory sealed stuff more, like right now I'm selling, used CIB, a lot of crap that just isn't suited to Heritage auctions, right? I'm selling raw CIB, GameCube CIB. Once I start getting into my factory sealed graded stuff more when I'm paring down, I'll be making some choices. I'll be making some choices once that starts rolling around. For now, I'm more focused on getting rid of crappier stuff. $412 for the VGA 95 Mario Party Advance. Mario Party Advance 85 plus as well. If you missed out on the 95, you can get yourself an 85 plus. Elijah, are you like underbidding all of this GBA stuff or what? Are you just underbidding all of this?
$190. $220.
$250 for the 85 plus, and not even double that. Not even double for the 95. If it's $400 for the 95, I'd rather take that than $250 for the 85 plus personally. I just think it's better value, much nicer game. Mario vs. Donkey Kong, VGA 90. This one I do know is available. Tied with one other for the top copy out of just 4. Yeah, the pop report is so... The pop report both is and isn't useful.
Fair warning.
Because I know for a fact that this one's pretty available out of Japan. So VGA 90 went for what? $300? $325. WarioWare Twisted 95 plus. Whew. Jesus. I don't know if this includes The game features a built-in gyro? Is it a big box or is this standard size? It looks standard size, hey?
$200,
Yeah, it looks...
$300,
Well...
$340.
I can't decide. People just aren't sending their Japanese stuff to VGA. They're still waiting for WADA. Still. I also do wonder, Thane. Like, especially with Famicom, Game Boy Advance, like, is the floodgate going to open as soon as WADA accepts it? I don't know. CGC accepted what? Super Famicom. So we did start seeing some Super Famicom come out, but I do wonder how many people, especially with Famicom, man, how many people are sitting on Famicom just waiting. Metroid Zero Mission 85 plus. Beautiful Japanese box on this. Just beautiful game, cool game. Like, yes, I want one at some point. No, I can't pay $600 right now for it. The last 90, for what it's worth, was $1,625. The last 85 plus was... Oh, no, that was a... Sorry. Yeah, the last 90 was $1,600. 85 plus, $575. Mother 3, VGA 85. And yeah, people were talking about this one, hey? That, this is the one that people were saying looks kind of bad. Yeah, Trevor, you were mentioning this one. That the hinges look kind of shitty on this one. I don't know. I don't know. I can't say either way because it's hard with the photography. The photography makes it very hard, and I don't want to say definitively either way. But I know that, yes, people were raising concerns with the Mother 3. Pocket Monsters, VGA 85 plus Emerald here. Pushing its way to almost $4,000. Jeez, the last 85 plus back in... Oh, this doesn't have adapter. No adapter. So it is the later production or worse copy, I guess you could call it. No adapter version. So pushing its way to almost $4,000 still. The last 85 plus with adapter was almost $8,000. So I'm not sure how much of a difference. Like a no adapter... I think no adapter sold VGA 90. That can't be real, is it? That can't be right. $1,000 for a VGA 90 no adapter? That sounds too cheap. This one's at $4,500 right now. Is that actually accurate?
Fair warning.
Let's see. Oh, it's qualified. Okay, there we go. I was going to say, it was qualified, the 90. Yeah, yeesh. Didn't make any sense. $4,250 for the 85 plus there. Into Pocket Monsters Red VGA 85 with adapter. Pushing its way to almost $2,000 here. Yeah, geez, I was tripping out on that, Elijah. Have you won anything, dude?
Fair warning.
Have you been able to win anything at the big old Japanese auction today? The Tiggle auction. I know you were coming in looking for a lot of stuff. Some stuff has kind of exploded. You've won several? Okay.
Fair warning.
Okay. All right. All right. Good to hear, dude. Good to hear. Yeah, you're the one pumping everything. You got to stand back. Let someone else win some stuff, you know? Got to let someone else win some stuff. The Pocket Monsters 85 plus there going for $2,062. Yeah, $2,062.50 on that.
$750.
Into, get off my screen. The 85 plus, it's like a nice hollow foil cover on this too. Just kind of beautiful, honestly. Pokemon Red Mystery Dungeon. 85 plus, pushing almost $1,000. You're letting someone else win the Mystery Dungeon? You're merciful. Merciful. $875 on the 85 plus Mystery Dungeon. I've never seen it before myself. Like, I don't, again, with Game Boy Advance, it's like, I don't think it's available. At least I never see them. And here's another copy, VGA 85. Is this version also hollow foil or no? Is it just the lighting difference? Or is this one actually hollow foil and like this one isn't? I actually don't know if the lighting difference can make that kind of difference. Because remember, Pokemon Crystal looked very different between the two copies. And I just don't know. Because it doesn't say like non-hollow or non-foil or nothing in the description. Pushing its way here to $400.
$360.
The GBA Pokemon prices, is that what you mean, Fox? The GBA Pokemon prices? You presume they're both hollow, given the difference in the...
Fair warning.
Considering the VGA Cert hollow cover difference?
$1,200.
$425 for the 85 there. Pokemon Ruby Sapphire. Pinball. 95. Whew. Tied with one other. Highest on the pop report out of just 4. Oh my god, yeah, okay. Pushed its way past $1,500 immediately. I assumed this 95 Pokemon Pinball Ruby Sapphire would kind of pop. 95 Pokemon. First time ever. Highest on the pop. Got a lot of things going for it right there. Why the Kirby game so much more than these last sales? Kirby, man. You're buying the top tier. Kirby's top tier. Yeah, the prices on the Game Boy Advance stuff, Fox, is because I think it's just, like, they don't come up. They just don't come up. Especially, like, brand new Japanese copies on Buy-E or whatever, Yahoo Auctions Japan. I'm not sure I've ever seen, like, authentic examples of these games where I'm like, oh, man, I'm going to buy a Fire Red and, like, maybe it'll be real. They are just, like, I mean, I don't want to say rare. I'll use the word scarce.
Fair warning.
But, like, Pokemon Gold, Yellow, Crystal, you can get them. You can get those. Yeah, Fire Red has 7 copies on the pop report, right? And it's Pokemon. Pokemon should have the highest pops on everything.
Fair warning.
But, like, they just don't come up. Yeah, Gen 3 set is near impossible. That's why Emerald sells for so much freaking money. What was it? $4,000, right? Because it's just like, you just can't. You can't do it. If you try to go look for a, random copy, you're gonna get scammed. Is what I would say. Right? If you're gonna try and buy a random copy, you're probably just gonna get scammed for thousands. The Pokemon Ruby Sapphire, though, the pinball, 3,000. That, man, feels very real. Feels very real. Emerald doesn't have the adapter, Trevor. So it is a, I'm pretty positive it's a later print copy. Or at least it's the less desirable version without the adapter included. The 85 plus Pokemon Pinball still pushing its way over $1,000. Easy.
Fair warning.
Why not, right? Why not? Considering the VGA, right.
$160.
Yeah, Elijah, I'm excited to hear everything you were able to win.
$182.
I'm excited to hear about everything you were able to grab.
$320.
Game Boy anything for Japanese Pokemon has the highest risk for scamming. Yeah, 100%. Like 100%. If you're proxy buying Pokemon for thousands of dollars out of Japan using like Buy-E or something, you are like the perfect mark.
Next lot.
And you know, I don't say it like you're an idiot. I just mean like you are just, oh man, those Japanese scammers are just licking their lips for that. Of course you can go to bed and pay tomorrow. Of course you can. You might not even get an invoice until tomorrow. You got time, Adam. Of course. You got time. Pokemon Pinball Ruby Sapphire, the 85 plus for $1,200. Super Mario Advance, the 85 plus for $400. Into Zelda. Beautiful here. The VGA 94 swords. Just like the box art and everything. I don't really care about 4 swords, but like, man. VGA 90 pushing its way at almost $500 here. First time, only 3 unopened on the pop report. Yeah, it's cool. It's freaking cool. Pushing to $500 here. Only your second heritage and your third? Oh, yeah. No, I think you have a week? 2 weeks? You got some time.
Fair warning.
At least a week to make payment. Stand for the vibes. These are all going to be super fun right coming up here, actually, is a bunch of like limited edition Game Boy Advance consoles. They are all qualified, but like they're beautiful, unique, and limited. Like, it should be interesting to see what these go for, because I really have no idea. Even the DK one that's coming up next, like 90 qualified, right? Limited to 1,000 pieces.
Fair warning.
That's pretty freaking cool.
Next lot.
Zelda 4 Swords goes for $537.50 into the DK limited one of 1,000. Only 2 copies are on the pop report, I guess. I was reading for where it came from. They cut it off.
Fair warning.
Available exclusively through the Donkey Kong Summer Campaign and Nico contests in Japan. Giveaway is promoted alongside the release of Donkey Konga 2, with entry postcards included in Japanese copies of the game. There you go. Play some Donkey Konga and win yourself a Game Boy Advance SP. $750. Yeah, that's sick. It's super cool.
Next lot.
Like, it's just super cool. The VGA 90 Plus qualified Famicom one, Club Nintendo contest prize, $450. That almost feels cheap for what it is. Game Boy Advance SP Famicom Color,
Fair
VGA 85 qualified.
Next lot. $480.
$687.50 for it. Game Boy Advance, the Pokemon Pikachu qualified Pokemon Center. That's what I was looking for. The Pokemon Center Pikachu.
Fair
90
warning.
plus qualified. You'll take it? Thank you. No doubt. No doubt, Simoon. You're plucking the value when it's coming to you, dude. No doubt. The Game Boy Advance, the Pikachu one going for $575 in the 90 plus. Yeah, I don't know why these ones seem to be slipping, Trevor, out of everything. Like, I really did think the Pokemon and the limited Game Boy Advances, like, I thought these were going to get pumped, dude. Qualified or not, they're rare as heck. Torchic Edition SP. Is this also Pokemon Center, I think? Nope. Series of specials celebrating Pokemon Ruby. I don't think it was Pokemon Center. 1 second. They got cut off again.
Fair
Nope. Just part of a series of special Game Boy Advance consoles. Fair enough.
Next lot.
Was the North American one? The North American one was Pokemon Center exclusive. 85 plus for the qualified Torchic. Game Boy Advance e-reader. 85 plus here.
Fair warning.
I thought people loved him too, Highlander.
Next lot. $380.
I thought so too, man. I swear, like, some of them have to be. Yeah, the DK console has to be expensive as nuts, right? Even CIB, this has to be expensive. 1 of 1,000 Donkey Kong Game Boy Advance SP? That just sounds expensive. There's no way around it, right? Game Boy... Final Fantasy IV Game Boy Micro. 95 mint qualified. Going for $500 here. Yeah, maybe qualified really is just the differentiator. We'll see. Here's a 90 plus Mother 3 Deluxe box. You get a Game Boy Micro? Yes.
Fair warning.
Game Boy Micro Mother 3 Deluxe box. Pushing to over $2,000. So there you go.
$50.
Over $2,000 for the 90 plus Mother 3. So, the standard versus qualified, man. Here's an 80 plus qualified Micro Pikachu Pokemon Edition. Just real subtle there, hey? Only Pokemon Center in Japan. 656. I just feel like a lot of these consoles, if you just went to like Buy Yahoo Auctions Japan and you wanted to buy yourself a CIB, like a mint CIB copy, right? It would still cost you multiple hundreds of dollars. That's what it feels like to me. I have no idea what these cost CIB, Trevor. No clue.
Fair warning.
I assume they're expensive. Chibi Robo, VGA 90 plus, welcome to GameCube. We're almost done the Nintendo block. Almost done the Nintendo block. As Chibi's pushing its way to almost $300 here. People love Chibi Robo Quest. People love Chibi Robo. Means nothing to me. I'll never really understand the love. I've never played the game, but people love Chibi Robo. I think if you wanted a mint copy of any of the consoles, Ted, you probably did well. I just can't imagine a world where getting mint CIB unused is going to be like less than $750 or less than $450. You know what I mean?
Fair warning.
I just can't imagine they're going to go much cheaper even if you source them out of Japan.
$320.
The Chibi Robo 90 plus 275 is not even that pumped, you know? Not even that pumped up. Yeah, 2 hours later, we've done it, everyone. We've made it through the Nintendos. I mean, to be fair, though, it's like 80% Nintendo auction. It might be 90%. So, like, it is almost just a Nintendo auction, but there's a little bit of fun stuff sprinkled in once we get out of Nintendo. There's some good stuff waiting for us.
Next lot.
Pokemon Smash Melee, sorry.
$380.
1 second. Smash Melee, the 85 for $525 into a qualified Zelda collection. One thing I actually am curious about. If you guys are in the Sealed Games Facebook groups, you're probably familiar. There's been a guy trying to sell a copy of... what game is it? This. Damon Vector. There's a guy in the Facebook groups that has been trying to sell a copy of this game, I would say for 2 years. Like, genuinely, I would say he's been listing it for 2 years. I can't even remember what his asking price is anymore because I don't even look at it. You know what I mean? But he's been trying to sell it, so now I'm super curious to see. Like, it's at $843.75. The guy who always lists it says it's like the rarest Xbox game that exists. So we'll see what it sells for. It's at $843 already, which like is pretty damn good for any Xbox title. It is Chinese, but it released in Japan, but it released as NTSCJ. Yeah, super curious to see what that does, just because that one person has always posted about it. So it's like ingrained in my head as a rare game. Metal Gear Solid Twin Snakes 90 plus for almost $700 there. Metroid Prime 90 plus. The Last Daemon sold for $1,200 on eBay, 9.2C plus or something. Wow. So it actually does get some love.
Fair warning.
It actually does get some love, hey?
400.
Prime, the 90 plus, pushing its way over $500 here. I don't have Japanese comps. Highest graded copy on the May census out of just 9. First time at Heritage for a Japanese Metroid Prime.
$400, $500.
For some reason, I was thinking they've had it before. Damon Vector's like $800 to $1,000 CIB. Woo!
Fair warning.
The comps on the Pikachu SP CIB average is like $700. What was this one? Like $750? Not even? $575. Yeah. Jeez. Dude, Trevor, I remember back before the pandemic, or right when the pandemic bubble was kind of starting up, the VGA 95 of this was like $1,500 just sitting on eBay. I almost bought it, man. I almost bought it. Didn't pull the trigger. Regrets. Regrets. Metroid Prime.
Fair warning.
Still pushing here. Still almost going to $800.
$280.
Closing at $750. The 90 plus Prime. I wanted this, but I can't bid almost $1,000 on $1,000 Canadian. I can't bid $750 US on a Prime. I just can't do it. Beautiful copy, highest graded as of now. Yeah, that's cool. Metroid Prime 2, 90 plus, pushing its way to almost 700 US as well. 625. Whew. Like I would again, right? I'd like to. Pokemon Box, Ruby and Sapphire, VGA 90. This is big box, right? First time offering it, geez. I think this is the big box version. Unopened is the bonus e-catalog variant.
Next lot.
Is it not big box? I genuinely I think it is. Yeah, it looks like cardboard. Anyways, $687.50. $687.50 for Pokemon Box. Yeah, not a big rarity in Japan. Not even close to being as rare as the North American version. Pokemon Coliseum VGA 90. Woo! Remember this sold for like thousands, right? Yeah, the 90 plus comp from last year was 2,000 some. So the VGA 90 now today for $1,437. It's like, oh my gosh. Pokemon Coliseum VGA 85. Pushing its way to almost $450 as well. Coliseum, Pokemon Box, not expensive at all in Japan. Like Trevor was saying in chat there, there's case fresh of these, right? Cases. I have a freaking case of this. Lot of them out there. Pokemon Coliseum, very expensive in Japan. Very expensive in North America. It just kind of works that way sometimes. Pushing its way to almost $500 here. On the 85. Even if you try to get a raw copy out of Japan, like you are going to pay hundreds of dollars. I've tried myself. I still don't own one. $450 for the 85. I did bid on this one too. I think I bid like 300 and some. Pokemon XD 80 plus. This is also expensive. 17 copies on the Pop Report. Pushing its way to almost $400.
$360.
What's the top fan thing? It allows you to be my top fan, Rick. It allows you to be the number one. You could be number one, Duels. Come on, man, do it.
Fair warning.
How do you balance collecting so many different things and not running out of money? Yeah, that's why I collect. Less stuff, and why you've been seeing me sell so much stuff, right? As the whole hobby has shifted, as prices have gone up on stuff, as everything has changed. I've changed prices on stuff, or I've gotten rid of a lot of stuff. I collect for a lot less consoles than I used to.
$280.
Pokemon XD, yeah, still 500 US for an 80 plus. It's just like nothing you can do, right? It's just, if you want a copy of Coliseum or XD, even in like lower grade, you're going to pay hundreds of dollars. Mario Sunshine, 85. I got Poke Brain, man. Sunshine, just about closed. Then we got 4 bids there immediately. Everyone waited for the last second. Then the bids poured in. Looking for $400 now on the 85 plus Sunshine.
Fair warning.
The last 85 plus. Oh, no, sorry. Those are North American comps. I don't have a Japanese comp there. $375 for the 85 plus. Honest to God, that's not bad. That is not bad. 85 plus for 375. That is not too shabby.
Fair warning.
XP should work like Xbox Gamer Score and carry over. You rack up an insurmountable number that makes everyone else feel inferior. Oh, dude, it sucks. I don't even think it carries over from day. Like, look. I don't, none of it makes sense. Like 150 XP, 100 XP. Is it just for the day? Like,
Fair warning.
It's top 3. It resets every stream. It resets every stream. That's garbage. Like, come on, man. Why would you, like, why? Why would you want it to reset? I want an actual leaderboard. What the heck, man? That sucks. No wonder it always looks screwy. Right? No wonder it always looks screwy. The VGA 90 SMB3 for 5K seems like... I was going to say strong. I think it is a strong sale. Yeah, there's one on eBay for less. There you go. There's one sitting on eBay for less. That's what I thought. Yeah, the one on eBay is a little bit bum compared to this copy. But it's sitting on eBay right now. It's yours. I mean, it's nice. The one on eBay is super nice. That's what I meant to say. Great copy on eBay. If you missed out on this one, go grab the eBay copy. Beautiful. Beautiful 90. Oh no. Oh no. Yeah, I remember zooming in on yours super close and it just like, it kind of had some wear to it. You know what I mean? It kind of had a little, it had a little bit of damage. That's all. Just a little bump here or there, you know? Nintendo DS Lite 80 plus qualified copy here. I genuinely do expect yours to sell, though, on eBay, Jesse. Like, I do. I expect someone to scoop yours. Yeah, like, I think your copy should be scooped up now, based on what this copy just sold for. I genuinely think that, because you are a bit cheaper. Zelda Twilight Princess VGA 90. Isn't this kind of hard to get? Isn't this kind of hard to get in the Japanese version? $550 for the VGA 90 there. Zelda 4 Swords Big Box 95 for $600. The DS Lite 80 plus qualified $750. VGA 90 Pokemon Center DS Lite. That's cute as hell, man. That looks great. VGA 90 pushing its way to almost $2,000.
Next lot. $1,100.
It's just a little bit more expensive. Twilight Princess is like $300 raw. Or 30,000 yen raw, so like what, 200 US? VGA 90 for 550. Oh, okay. All right. Doesn't sound crazy. Sounds kind of in line. $2,000 for the VGA 90 Pokemon DS Lite, Nintendo DS Lite 90 qualified here. This is also super freaking cool, man. Pokemon Daisuke, this was a club exclusive or something. Pokemon Daisuke club exclusive, VGA 90 qualified, $1,750 on the Giratina console. I've never seen it before. DS Lite Giratina with Pokemon Platinum. Never seen it before. That is sick as hell, man. DSi, Pokemon White version. 95 there, pushing its way to $2,000. Pokemon Red. These are the 3DS limited editions. Every time when you think you're going to get a Pokemon Red, it's actually just this version. You get kicked in the nuts. It's a 3DS version. Psych. Selling it's $300, just shy of $300. $275, 85. It's a 3DS download code. I think it's literally a code in the box, isn't it? Not very exciting stuff. Not very exciting. Can you even use the download key anymore? Like, probably not, right? I don't know. I assume not. Pokemon Silver as well. Nintendo 3DS here. Download code 95 qualified. $144. Yeah, there's nothing there, man. Pokemon Gold 85 plus Japan qualified. Another download code. At least for me, right? For me, there's nothing there. But Making you feel like not a sociopath since you collect digital download codes thanks to whoever graded these. I mean, hey, $144 for the 95 qualified. I don't think you're ever going to get any cheaper. I'll give you that, Ted.
$110.
I don't think you're getting it any cheaper. Zelda isn't a big franchise in Japan, so most likely the GameCube copy didn't get that many copies made for Twilight. Yeah, I don't know if it was just like rare or if there was some kind of weird release with it. I can't remember. Maybe the description will tell me something. For some reason in my head, Twilight's much more... no, it doesn't say anything. Man, the last 90, though, sold for $812, by the way, last year. Last year, $812. This year, $550. So, like, someone was on the Twilight print train, man. Last year, someone believed it was super rare. Almost $1,000 frickin' dollars. 3DS, 90 plus qualified. Dragon Warrior Monsters there, $412. Fire Emblem, 85 plus. Going for $625. We're just about done, Nintendo, folks. We're like 5 games away. I'm salivating. Mario Bros. Wii, 9.88++. Japan copy of this game. Pushing its way over $100. There we go, slowly but surely. Maybe it'll get 200. We'll see. It might get $200. Is Edmonton still screwed? Hey, Edmonton's on the comeback.
Fair warning.
Hey, Edmonton's coming, man. Edmonton's coming.
Next lot.
Like, maybe.
$95.
Maybe. If they lose today, like, that's it. Right? That's it. That's GG's, man. They lose to Florida tonight? Pfft, GG's. Don't even bother with the next few games. Just give them the cup tonight.
$110.
New Super Mario Bros. Wii, $150. Yeah, the Japanese copies of these games, like, truly are just too new, too niche. Because what, even a North American version of this game isn't really that valuable still, right? So trying to make money grading the Japanese versions of, like, Wii games, or there's some, I'm super curious to see, there's some Switch games coming up, Japanese versions. I just think we're 10 years too early type thing. 10 years too early. Yeah, the real collectors. These are for the real collectors.
Fair warning. $140.
You got to crack these open, Thane. That's how you be a real Japanese collector. You should be buying open copies of Mario All-Stars. 9.88++ here, pushing its way to almost $200. Actually selling for more than Mario Bros. Wii. Actually selling for more than Super Mario Bros. Wii. Whether it should or not, I have no idea. But it is. It's coming. It's coming.
Fair warning.
It's coming. Mega Drive's coming. The one Sonic game is coming, baby. The one Sonic game. Oh, it's signed. It's signed. I'm not giving this game enough credit. This is signed by...
Fair warning.
I don't know who that is. Naoto Oshima?
Next
Nice little signature up here. It is verified signature as well. The original designer of Sonic himself and Dr. Eggman. Who's the other guy?
Fair warning.
Who's the other guy who got locked up for frickin' insider trading? I thought he created... I thought that other guy created Sonic. Who's Naoto Oshima? What the heck? Yeah, Yuji Naka. Who's Yuji Naka then? He went to jail for insider trading or whatever, right? I thought it was the maker of Sonic.
Fair warning.
Super Mario All-Stars, the 9.88++. Yeah, sold for more. The Mario compilation disc. The 25th anniversary compilation disc sold for $212.50. Mario Bros. Wii, $150. Creator of the brand, but not the creator of the character? That just sounds messy.
$95.
The actual, get this, the actual big box 25th anniversary Super Mario Bros. Collection here, VGA 90, sold for $206. The standalone version, NFR, like this, comes out of this. Yet this sold for $212, and the actual big box, brand new VGA graded, sold for $206. I don't know. I have no idea. Make it make sense to me. Xenoblade Chronicles 3 VGA 90 for $119. Breath of the Wild, $134. Tears of the Kingdom VGA 90. Yeah, these selling for $100. Like,
Fair warning.
I just don't think there's anything else. You know, $100 is all that makes sense to me on these Switch games. Like I said, it's just you're coming in 10 to 15 years early on this, I think. We're still trying to get people to value Tears of the Kingdom North American version. But I say this
Fair warning.
as Tears of the Kingdom here is pushing up to almost 175.
Next
Oshima was the character designer, where Naka was the programmer. Both were co-creators. There we go. There it is.
300.
Now it makes sense to me, Matt. Now it makes sense to me. Nintendo is closed. Tears of the Kingdom 162.50 into the signed copy of Sonic.
Fair warning. $360.
Is this person's signature actually sought after? Yeah, okay. Is it rare? Yeah, exactly, Trevor, right? Is Oshima's signature something people
Fair warning.
seek? I have no idea. I didn't even know who he was.
$550.
It sold for $425. I assume the game itself is damn near worthless, so like the signature had to just be worth $400 there, right? Or, you know, grading fees, authentication, whatever you want to say. I assume that's a $300 to $400 signature right there. Very cool. Very cool. I just, like, I wish I knew more about the history here. I feel like I'm missing out on
Fair
stuff.
warning.
$425 for the signed Sonic. Very cool. Marvel Superheroes on Sega Saturn 85 plus. That's also super sick, man. Super sick. $937.50. This is X-Men versus Street Fighter. Again, just sick, man. Sick covers on these. VGA 90 here, pushing its way to over $1,000. Let's go Sega Saturn. Let's go Marvel. Your buddy had a North American copy of Sonic Adventure 2 signed by Naka. Sold it in his store for like 600 plus. Wow. Yeah, see, like, for me, Yuji Naka is the one that is synonymous with Sonic. Yeah, when Marvel? When's Marvel? Isn't Marvel, like, not even at frickin' EVO anymore? Or am I thinking of a different game? I thought Marvel got cut from EVO. Maybe I'm thinking of a different one, but I thought it was Marvel. Tough times, man. Tough times. First they get rid of Melee, then they dump Marvel.
Next lot. $200.
X-Men versus Street Fighter, $1,200. Yeah, undamned, dude. Like, they're both amazing, though. Like, they're just amazing covers, amazing branding, superheroes, Marvel, like, everything.
Fair warning.
Everything. $1,187 for this one. Soul Calibur 9.9A plus. Dreamcast, beautiful copy. Highest grade they've ever sold here at Heritage, of course. The beautiful 9.9. Speaking of CGC, right? Giving out the 9.9s more. Here you go. Your first taste of a 9.9A plus. Oilers just tied it. There we go. There we go. You knew they couldn't just roll over, right? You knew they couldn't. You knew they couldn't. Did they start Picard or Skinner? Oh, they started Skinner. Picard's in net. Let's go.
$380.
Skinner. Man, oh man. Hopefully they can clutch it. Hopefully they can clutch it. Yes, I saw you guys. I saw Arceus and Arceus and Marvel. I saw. I think the latest Evo though didn't have Marvel. I think. But yeah, I greatly assume they'll have the newest one. It's crazy that Capcom's out. Crazy. Never thought we'd see the day. I did see that. Crazy. $500 for Soul Calibur, the 9.9A plus. Very cool. It's cool. The first Soul Calibur's cool. Soul Calibur's a cool fighting game. Very cool. Here's the Dracula X, the 9.8A plus on Super PC Engine. The last 9.8A plus back in December, $2,187.50. Yeah, a Smash, Melee, Nintendo, Evo. I mean, hey, I think the only actual response is being thankful that Melee was ever even at EVO to begin with.
$500.
Ultimate's not there anymore either, right? Nintendo just kiboshed all of that. Fuck Nintendo, man. It's insane.
$1,600.
Dracula X pushing its way to almost $2,000 here. Yeah, is it real? Is this the real one? Is it real? Throwback to Wada getting absolutely dragged on the internet with a fake Dracula X there. This is beating the last 9.8A plus, by the way. The very first time it sold back in October was $3,000, October 2023. So it just beat the December sale for $2,200. Looking for $25 right now. Few more bids and it'll be a new high mark. A few more bids and it'll be the highest it's ever sold before.
Fair warning. Next lot.
2,375. Dracula X. Rondo of Blood. Can I even call it Dracula X? Castlevania X? 2,375. Just freaking cool. It's cool for what it is. It's like broken its way into my what's the word? Like, you know what I mean? It's on my radar now. It's on my radar. It's just cool for what it is. Street Fighter 2 Champion Edition here, 9.88 plus, going for 781. Fighting Street 10.0. Oh my god. Oh my god. A 10.0 A plus Fighting Street goes for sub 1,000. Is Fighting Street Fighter? Am I stupid? This is related, right? This is Street Fighter. Sells for $968. Is it? No, maybe. Maybe it's not. Maybe I am stupid. Looks like Street Fighter.
Fair warning.
This is Galaxy Policewoman Legend Sapphire. I do not know. Once we get out of Nintendo, there is a drop-off in knowledge with me. I will fully say that. Like, once we get into, PC Engine and some of those shmups and actual Japanese video games, there's a knowledge drop-off.
Next lot.
There's a knowledge drop-off. $525 there for the CIB. This is complete in box, by the way. $525. Double Dragon CGC 9.9 A++ for Neo Geo CD, $250. This is Cotton, which Cotton has to be expensive, right? It has to be. It's Cotton. And is that a console? Neo Geo Pocket? I always try to guess what it is before I read. Yeah, Neo Geo Pocket console and Neo Geo Cotton there. Fantastic Night Dreams Cotton. All I know is that Cotton's expensive. Fighting Street is just the dumb name for Street Fighter 1? Gotcha. Gotcha.
Next lot.
Back before Sony took over Evo, if your game wasn't Smash or Street Fighter, you had to pay Mr. Wizard $15,000 to $40,000 to be put as a main game. Oh my god. Nintendo killed the Smash completely. Yeah, okay. That's what I thought.
Fair warning.
Love you some PC Engine. The base is limited. It's almost like going into Neo Geo territory. It feels like it, dude. Even prices on that stuff.
$110.
Yeah, I think that Resident Evil 1 Power VR was a computer game, Trevor. I think that's why. And computer games always start at the very front. I think. Lee,
Fair warning.
you've been watching auctions for what, 2-3 years now? And you don't know what a cut bid is? Lee.
$80.
You just bid half of the actual increment. So, like, it's $10 increments right now. 170, you jump to 180. This allows you to do 175. You cut the bid in half. You can do it once. You can do it once per lot. What did Sapphire just sell for? $525. $525. Yeah, you cut in line and you win the auction automatically. You cut the line to win the auction auto. You can only do it once. Ace Combat 3, a little bit of PS1 here. We're 15 games away, man. What an auction. 2 hours in here? Yeah, 2 hours in. Jeez. VGA 90 for $212.50 into Dead or Alive 9.8 A++. It always strikes me that this game should be more expensive. This franchise should be cared about more. The last 9.8 A++ sold for... I thought we had one before, no? $225. My point stands. My point stands. It feels like this franchise should just have, I don't know, man, a little bit more. Final Fantasy VII, the VGA 90, $2,625. How's Final Fantasy VII doing? That feels strong. Oh, it's showing me all North American. Someone find me comps on the VGA 90, Japanese Final Fantasy VII. Because, like, $2,600 feels good. As in, like, a strong sale price. $425 for the international version, 85 plus. Final Fantasy 9, 9.2 A++. You're right there with me on DOA. You would have taken that over 1,000 if I could have. Yeah, like, did you win it, Matt? Surely you won it for like $200 then. Oh, the Final Fantasy 9 had a disc loose in the case. So it's 9.2 A++, disc loose. That's why it's kind of, it's kind of lesser here at 156 bucks. Suikoden 2, 9.8 A++. I think it's the first time at Heritage for the Japanese version, right? I think 9.8 A++. Super cool if you're into the series. That's super cool. It's a series that's never meant anything to me. My younger brother freaking loves Suikoden, played them all. I've never got into it, never cared. The only reason I know what it is because it was a PS1 Grail for years and years and years, North American. Now, Grail status is, it's a little bit weaker these days, but Metal Gear Solid 9.4 A+ for 200 bucks. Yeah, I know that FF7 was cheap, Thane, but ever since they started coming to, I think Golden even sold a copy of FF7. Right?
Next lot.
I think Golden sold a copy, Heritage has had a few. So ever since they started coming to the auction houses, FF7 kind of just got juiced up. Final Fantasy, Metal Gear Solid Integral, 8.5 A+, 84 bucks there. The 9.4 A+ normal Metal Gear went for 200 bucks. This is signed by the director of Silent Hill. It's a name that I don't know again. Kichiro Toyama. I'm pretty sure he's the director of the games. But much like that Sonic name, it doesn't resonate with me personally. I don't know enough about the deeper, the director. So I don't, do you want the signature of a director? Is that the most important person when we talk about Silent Hill? Or is there like an overall creator?
Fair warning.
$312 for it. I don't know if the signature's, I think it's neat too. I think it's neat. I just don't know if it's, something. You know what I mean? Vagrant Story, $262.50 for a 9.8 A++. Dragon Quest 8, 85 plus here. Pushing its way to 119. What's the PS5 game? Euden Chronicle? I think we have Euden Chronicle in North America. Maybe on 3DS or something? Maybe that's a different Chronicle. It sounds familiar. It's a series or something. I know nothing about it. I know nothing. Director, producer signatures are cool if they've done a couple of Grail games. Fair enough. Fair enough. Dragon Quest 8, 85 plus for 100 bucks there. I'm pretty sure it's super available to get yourself a copy of DQ8 if you want. Final Fantasy 11, VGA 90 there. 2002, what is this? With the special art box? That's cool. Yeah, it's neat. Looks good. $906 actually got some value too. Ibarra, VGA 90.
$420.
Is this
$440.
It's a cave shmup. Is this Japan exclusive? Yes, it is. Japan exclusive. Okay. Ibarra, 90. Japan exclusive shmup pushing its way to 550 here. Jesus, shmups, man. Shmups get love.
Next lot. $320.
$525 there for Ibarra into... Wow. It's Castlevania something, I think.
Fair warning.
Oritashi Gensen Zoku Akumajo Dracula? Maybe it's not actually Castlevania? Man, that's a mouthful. 9.8 A++ for $375 there. Here's the Chronicles game. VGA 90, uncirculated, Amazon exclusive. Pushing its way to $74. You're the underbidder on the Saturn versus Fighters. They're cool, but never liked too high on first to market. Yeah, I know, dude. I know exactly what you mean, HW. You start going first to market on some Sega Saturn stuff. If another one comes up, it's you know the direction. You know the likely trajectory if more come up, right? So if you truly love the stuff, if you truly need to have it, go for it. But don't sleep on Switch PS4 shmups. They're going to really pop off eventually. I believe you. I think the Switch is going to have a lot of niche shit that pops off. Our love for Xbox is why we expect more of the DOA series. Yeah, probably, right? Even this Chronicles game here, I gotta say, is pushing its way. It is pushing its way to almost $200. So it's already doing more than I thought, you know? Yeah, exactly. A couple more come off. If a couple more of those Saturn fighting games come up, it's going to be a 33% haircut. 100%. 100% agree with you. So if it's not something you absolutely desperately need to own, I think you're fine to live to fight another day.
Next lot.
The Chronicles game, $200 into Damon Vector. Like I said, one of the rarest Xbox games. It's renowned. It's renowned for being rare as hell. I don't know nothing about it, but I know some guy is always trying to sell his copy. Pushing its way to $1,000 here, 9.68 plus. You just got the DPP DS and the Pokemon White DSi. Hoping they arrive in one piece. You live in Germany. That's sick, man. The Diamond Pearl and the Pokemon White, like all the consoles today were just sick. The consoles today were sick. And probably some of the better value of the auction.
Fair warning.
Released by or made by a Chinese company, released exclusively in Asia. Yeah, no North American counterpart for this. Went for just shy of $1,000. The game itself is kind of mid. Damon Vector is probably a bin game. Yeah, I can't assume there's that many people looking for one at any given time. I just assume, right? I mean, $1,000 is still kind of real, or like whatever it sold for, $925. You put in the cut bid for Damon. There's a lot better things out there. Yeah, I mean, shoot, you almost want it, man. Quest.
This felt like a stunkish Japanese auction to me. High-end moving towards its more realistic base while mid/low in shined, I think. Shout out to my main man Gamer Stonks.
Shout out to the main man Gamer Stonks. No doubt, no doubt. No doubt, no doubt. Shout out to the main man Gamer Stonks. Yeah, no, no part of this auction felt weak to me. Okay, maybe we can say the consoles were a deal. Maybe the Dead or Alive volleyball or the Dead or Alive fighting game. Like you can pick out a few examples, right, out of the 174 games. But in general, yes, there's some like, okay, Pokemon Red, didn't sell for as much as it did the last time. I kind of expect that on a lot of stuff still. Like I still am of the mindset to be very careful about paying $5,000, $10,000, $15,000 for Japanese games. But in general, you're not stealing stuff, You're not stealing any of this out of the auction. Like, you're still paying $500 to $1,000 for anything half decent. Right? Like, anything half decent was $500 to $1,000. There was some GBA underneath. There was a little bit of PS1 underneath. Most of the stuff that went under $500, it's not great. It's not great stuff. So, for myself, I didn't win a darn thing. Didn't win a darn thing. Stronger than I was hoping it was going to be. The first Street Fighter game in history in WADA 10 grade going for less than $1,000. Did you buy it, Adam Knife? I don't know if anyone cares. I don't know if anyone cares. You regret not bidding a little bit more on a couple? Why are the Japanese versions held in high regard? It's history if you want to take that narrative, right? It's history if you want to say that the first ever releases much earlier than the North American counterparts, hard to find, rare. Do you think Damon Vector was expensive? No opinion. No opinion whatsoever. I think $1,000 for an Xbox game is a high amount of money no matter what game it is. How many North American Xbox games sell for $1,000? Probably count them on one hand, right? 9.68 plus? Not KOTOR doesn't sell for $1,000 in that price. Like, I don't know. What's that? Halo. Halo sells for $1,000, 9.68 plus. What else? Maybe Morrowind? Yeah, there's very, very few games. So, I mean, I don't think $1,000's bad for what it is. Surely it's not cheap, Doesn't sound cheap to me. History, box art, speedrunning culture. Oh yeah, speedrunning's always in the Japanese. For sure. Usually in the Japanese. Be glad you didn't win anything. Focus on the Mario goal. The cover art's the number one reason for you for the Japanese stuff. Yeah, it's just like, it's a fun rabbit hole, man. It's just a fun rabbit hole. Oh, the Fighting Street was yours, Adam Knife. Yeah, dude, I am kind of shocked that the 10.0 just like... The 10.0 brought, like, I would say no premium. Maybe the 10.0 premium isn't it anymore. You're really happy with the DK Game Boy Advance? You wish you bid on the Pikachu DS Lite as well, but you can't complain. Yeah, that DK GBA dude is so sick. Once you get it, oh, I was Simon, I was gonna say, once you get that Game Boy Advance, I want you to open it up and like show us what it looks like. And in my head, it was because it was qualified, and that means it's CIB, but it's freaking slabbed. You can't open it. It's still slabbed. You can't open it up. Jesus. That's funny. I still want to see it when you get it. I still want a picture of it. Pokemon Red did lead the auction at 11,250 with Pokemon Green right underneath it. The VGA 90, 11,250. Pokemon Blue, the 90 mail order version, went for 9,687, while Mario Bros. 3, the 90, sold for $5,000. Like I said, beating the copy that's sitting right on eBay, right? Maybe we can argue the copy on eBay isn't quite as nice, but like, this sold for $5,000 where there's a copy on eBay, same grade for less money. Hamster! Let's freaking go, dude. Just in time for the third period, man. Just in time for the third period. Let's go, Edmonton. 85 plus Emerald, also 4,250 into Super Mario USA, 3,750. Hopefully Metroid goes down. Yeah, see, there's games like Metroid, though, that are still selling higher than they did last time. So it's like some of this top tier stuff, you know, like Pokemon games have come down a little bit, some stuff, but then it's like, fuck. Final Fantasy VII was $2,600 and frickin' Super Metroid was $3,200. Frick. On the other side of the auction, there were two games that sold for less than everything else. Metal Gear Solid Integral, 8.58 plus, so I assume it's cracked, $84, and Mach Rider. This happened early in the auction too. Famicom, man, $84 for Mach Rider. Why don't no one want me, man? Why don't they want me, man? It's cool. What's wrong with Mach Rider? $84? That's like NES black box goodness right there. I'm surprised it didn't just get, I don't know, it doesn't even look bad, hey? Looks pretty good for an 85. For whatever reason, though, lowest selling game in the auction. You just never know. You just never know. I wouldn't have picked this. I wouldn't have picked, $1 per grade point, no doubt. I wouldn't have picked this as the lowest selling item. Very odd. You just never know. If you want to get into the next Japanese showcase, it's coming up in October. Videogames@ha.com. Referral links in the description. They can help you grade your stuff if it's still raw. If you have some Japanese good stuff, I mean, hey, prices seem pretty decent, man. Prices seem pretty decent. Is this when Nintendo ended? Oh my god, look at that dip. Oof. Is that as soon as we left Nintendo? I tell you, man, that's oof. Crazy. But on that note, you guys, thank you for hanging out for the Japanese showcase. It's always fun. It's always interesting. It's always crazy. It's always volatile. You just don't know. You don't know what's happening with the Japanese stuff. Yeah, don't sell Mach Rider. Maybe don't consign your copy of Mach Rider. Dare I say. Dare I say. But have a good night, everybody. Take care. Appreciate you coming out. Videogames@ha.com. Have a good night, guys.